Now, while I've watched a lot of you make patterns, I've tried to stress upon the need to keep your pattern tiles fairly simple to begin with. But some of you've still done some pretty complex things that may not work as patterns. I told you, don't delete them. You never know. They may work as symbols. Let's see. So symbols in Illustrator and shapes in Photoshop are individual graphic elements that you can use and reuse and resize. They're both vector, which is really great, especially in Photoshop. So under Window, Symbols. Now when you click on this, I don't know where yours is going to open up. It depends on how you've organized your workspace. I tossed my symbols library in with color, which probably isn't the greatest idea in the world, but I didn't want to mess up my workspace too much. I wanted this here. And you may notice I have symbols that you don't have. The only ones you're seeing are these symbols right here. And if you notice that says print. If I roll over this, hey, look at that. ID number underscore 0101. I bet that's 02. And all the way down to 13. So how do you create these? It couldn't be easier. I'm going to get the rectangle tool with a black fill, no stroke. Best to stay away from color at the start. Trust me on this, okay? I'm just going to click and drag out a little rectangle. Then hit V to get my select tool. Then I'm going to move this. I'm going to option drag this, and I'm going to hold down shift so it can stay, right? Stay perfectly aligned below it. And then I'll select the uppermost one, get my rotate tool, come down here, find the center in that one, and option click. Now I'm not saying do this for every symbol. You can make anything you like that you think is commercially viable. Now, for rotate, if I want this to go around in a circle and come back and have the exact same space between the first copy and the last copy before my original, this number has to be evenly divisible into 360. Say 15 goes into 360 an even number of times. Okay, so you copy and then hit Command D, right? Command D, or hold it down, but don't let it go around. Get close, and then do the last one. Now, if I hit the letter V to get back to my Move tool, click on this guy and delete it. I can highlight this and drag this over. See that little plus sign? When I let go, I get the Symbol Options dialog box. Now, for the name, I was smart, and I copied everything I needed so I could just type a 4. When I did the original ones, I had the ID number underscore 010. And then when I got to 9 and had to type 10, then I copied this part. And so you can go through and you can make symbol after symbol, and then you can just delete this thing because you don't need it anymore because the symbol is right here. And you can resize this symbol, and you might say, hey, when I click on it and I try to change the color, it doesn't change. Well, if you want to edit your symbol, you have to break the link to this one here. So the cool thing about these is when you break the link to the symbol and then change the color, it actually changes. And if you drag out a new symbol, well, it's going to be black. And you might think, oh, I'll drag the red one in so I have a red one. It's unnecessary. You already have the symbol here, and people who use symbols know that you just break the link and then edit your color. Okay, so the idea is let's make a collection of symbols that can be commercially viable, things that people could reuse. And you might think, well, you know what? How is this commercially viable? Well, Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I can see different ways to use this and creative ways, and I'm sure others would too, but it's not really all that exciting. I'm sure you can come up with more interesting symbols. Think about it, work with it. Stay away from color right now, and I will tell you, yes, 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 there are pattern libraries. Like in all these windows, there are libraries. And as soon as you click on one, you're going to say, hey, this is all color. Patience, grasshopper. Take your time, make your symbols, name them correctly with your ID number, and notice what the file is named. And if I do a save as just to show you where this is saved, it's saved in a folder that's named ID number underscore symbols underscore 01. Just like we've been doing. I'm going to hit escape because I've already saved this. I don't need to save as. So have some fun with this. We'll learn how to save out our symbols and how to share them and how to collect and market them, which is the whole point of what we're doing. And then we will turn our symbols into Photoshop shapes. That will come later when we perfect this a little bit more. So have some fun with this and make some great symbols that are commercially viable, because that's the whole point, right?